Hello there everyone, how you doing today? I hope you're all well. Today we're going into r/entitled people, where people get what's coming to them. I hope you all enjoy, and without further ado, let's get started. Entitled father kicks me out while drunk, realizes his mistake, and then begs me to come back. Fat chance. My father was physically and emotionally abusive to me all my life. My mother died when I was 17. She suffered from the same type of abuse. At 19, I finally snapped. He slapped me during an argument, and I punched him back and broke his nose. I guess that made him realize I'm not the little kid he used to smack around anymore. So he laid off the physical abuse, but he doubled down on the insults. Everything from my education to my personality. The sky was the limit. My maternal grandma died when I was 22 and left me her house. I planned to move in when I finished my master's since my dad's place was closer and I couldn't afford the commute. I have to mention that, besides work, drinking, and home, this man didn't do anything else. We both bought food, cooked, and did laundry for ourselves. It's like instead of father and son, we were roommates. I worked part-time while being a full-time student, and I contributed to bills. At 20 years old, I bought myself a car. I paid for my gas, insurance, and everything. He asked me if he could use it to go to work during his night shifts, and he would give me gas money. I said sure. Well, that was my first mistake. As the saying goes, give someone a hand and they'll take the whole arm. Him paying me gas money when he used the car stopped after 2 weeks. When the pandemic hit, I switched to online classes. And so just the night shift became using my car every day, and not only just for work. I could have told him no, but honestly, I couldn't stand another round of screams and insults. And this was my second mistake. Important info. We arranged our bills to come by mail and paid with an app we both had on our phone. He didn't know how to use it, so I was handling the financial part of the household, so to say. When I was 21, my paternal grandfather died and left him and his siblings the apartment. We were the only ones still living in the same city, so we managed it until they sold it. Or to be more precise, I managed it. More bills equals more financial burden that he made me do. Fast forward to when I was 24, a week before I finished my studies. We had problems with the gas company. They overbilled us. He went to the bar to drink, and when he came home, he started arguing, like the situation was my fault, and he made me delete the app we pays bills with from my phone, because he didn't trust me with his card information anymore. The argument ended with him saying that he was more than generous by letting me live in his house after I turned 20, and I don't do anything around the house, completely dismissing all of the above. And so he ordered me to move out. Very well, I thought. The next morning I went and bought myself a suitcase. I packed my stuff and I went to live in my house. Basically, I cut contact. What he didn't know, because I didn't tell him, is the day before I passed an interview for a remote job in my field, and I started in 2 weeks. I already quit my part-time job, and I had enough saved to last me 3 months. After only 1 week, he started to realize that kicking me out what it actually meant. No more car for him. No more me handling financials for his house and the other apartment, and without my contributions, he had to pay for the bills all by himself. But wait, he didn't know how to pay them in the first place. After 2 months, he started getting warnings the utilities will be closed if he doesn't pay. He asked a neighbor for a ride to my place, and when he saw me, he started to apologize and ask me to come back, and that he's lost without me. Fat chance, dude. All I said is I want him to get his things out of my house. Some gardening tools and machines. He has 2 months to come get them. If not, I'll start selling them. And otherwise, besides a phone call on Christmas, so I know he's not dead, I don't want to hear from him again. This was a month ago, and I've never been happier to be alone. Good job, OP. Good job. On to the next story. Entitled father threatens to beat the nice woman up because she won't give up her own seat. I'm an 18-year-old man, so for backstory, I was on a train with me and my family. Not like a subway or anything, but like a one-day train in India. And trains in India are stereotyped for being dirty and stuff like that. We rode in second class with air conditioner, which is cleaned every single day. And the people aren't usually chill, but if you don't bother them, they don't bother you. Here enters entitled mom and entitled father. They enter the train, and it is immediately recognizable that this is their first time they have rode on the expensive side of the train. I'm not trying to be snobbish, but you get what you pay for, and we would have gone for a cheaper ticket if we were going for seats on the train. It was about 4 a.m., and they were walking through the corridor with loud noises, 3 children, 2 of them crying, and they woke up the nice lady because they needed 2 more seats for the kids. The nice lady woke and questioned them. She was speaking a South Indian language, but she understood the entitled mom and the entitled father's language. But they didn't understand her. They said that, "Stop speaking such primitive language and give us your seats because we have kids and we deserve it." Obviously in their own language. The nice lady immediately started speaking English. Remember that she understood them, but they couldn't understand her. "I'm sorry, but these are my seats. And why didn't you buy 2 extra tickets?" For this, one of the young boys, who looked like 11, stepped up to translate this to his parents. After he spoke, the entitled mom then started, "Speak to us only in Hindi because your mouth doesn't deserve English." Yeah, she said that. The nice lady, who was about 45-ish, had already become friends with my mother and aunt, because it was a long journey, and they needed someone else to chat. And also, the nice lady was nothing but nice towards our family, and was traveling with her family of around 7 people. Herself, her husband, her mother-in-law, and 4 of her kids. She also offered me to play a game of Uno with her kids. And some of them are still my friends. The nice lady stated the same sentence in Hindi. The entitled mom said that I have kids, and so if you don't give up your seat and sit on the floor. The nice lady told them to screw off and to give their seats to the children, and they sit on the floor. The entitled mom wouldn't have this, so when nice lady went to get something from her bag, the entitled lady jumped on the seat and hauled her kids on it. The nice lady, with a very calm face, said, "Woman, this is not your seat. Please get off." The entitled mom said, "Finders keepers." Not exactly, but along the lines of that. And because of this, we offered the nice lady a seat, and seated my cousin, who was a baby at the time, on my aunt's lap. But the nice lady politely declined and went to sit with her family. But we thought nothing of it until the entitled kid enters the story. I was about 14 to 15 at the time, and I was playing Mario Kart on my iPad. And then one of the entitled kids instantly tries to pry the thing from my hands. But I was older than him, so he wasn't able to get it. I say, "Dude, what are you trying to do?" And then he replies, "I want that game." And immediately I say no to him, due to him trying to snatch it and not ask for it. So a couple of minutes later, the entitled mom asks me, "Can my son have that game?" "No," I replied. "But why? My angel is bored and he deserves it," she said with a smug look. I said. Your angel tried to snatch it from me without asking.
What are you talking about? He would never do that,
she said in a shocked tone. Okay, whatever helps you sleep at night. And keeping your son entertained is not my responsibility, I said. They didn't bother with me after that, so know what you're here for. After about an hour after the iPad incident, the entitled kid went to explore the train. So the nice lady politely sat in one of her seats.
Why are you sitting in my son's seat?
I'm not sitting in your son's seat. He was sitting in mine.
No, he was sitting there, and you have to get up before he comes back.
And I am not moving from here. You could do whatever you want. The entitled mom with a smug look called the entitled father. What seems to be the problem here?
This lady is sitting in a entitled kid's seat. Make her stand up.
And this is the part where all hell breaks loose. The entitled father raises his hand, looking he's about to slap her. Here in India, slapping another person, especially a woman, is not only highly frowned upon, but also illegal. So basically, every adult man who saw this stood up and started to yell at the entitled father for doing this. The entitled father became tame as a kitten for the rest of the trip, but the entitled mother didn't. She called the police, and they came aboard the next station and questioned what happened. As usual, she made false accusations about how they stole her seat, and they thrashed her husband, when nothing like that happened. And when this true story came out, they were asked to leave this coach and move to the lower coaches. This story ends in a happy ending, with them losing money. You'll love to see it. And that's the end of today's video. If you enjoyed, like the video, subscribe to my channel, comment with your thoughts down below, and I will see you next time. Hasta la pasta.